A third consecutive session of gains coming in for equity markets. We opened at highs and we managed to only build on further to those levels, finally closing in at session highs at the peak of the day around that 14,850 mark. For a better part of today's trading session, we were trading at that mark, at least towards the last lap of today's trading session. So solid 200-point gains coming in. Now, today was really all about earnings reactions, and those are the two sectors which actually helped the market stay afloat. It was autos, and then, of course, it was banks. I'll come to autos in just a second, but look at what was happening across the financial universe. You had Bajaj Finance come out with earnings liked by Street. The stock went into a dizzy open gap up and closed at the session highs with a gain of about almost 8.5% coming in for Bajaj Finance alone. That positivity rubbed off in an ICICI Bank, which earlier last week delivered its numbers, or over the weekend actually, and from Monday onwards you've seen a big bang move coming in ICICI Bank. ICICI Bank has now managed to cruise past its previous peak, that of 620 rupees per share thereabouts, and that also rubbed off on the likes of an Indusind Bank and an HDFC Bank, and even PSU banks like SBI were amongst the key gainers in today's trading session. Now comes autos, and that's where TVS Motors managed to impress the street with its earnings, which were reported yesterday. A double-digit move coming in on TVS, a 14% traction, and you also had that rub off on some of the other auto majors like an Eicher Motors as well. Remember, tomorrow you've got Titan, you've got Bajaj Auto, as well as Unilever delivering their numbers. So key day for Nifty earnings in that sense as well. It's quite interesting that off late the market has been shrugging off all the COVID-19 news. Even as we speak, there are many states which are joining the lockdown bandwagon, and many curbs and curfews being put in place. You have Goa as well, which has imposed a limited lockdown barring essential services, and many other states really reporting more grave news when it comes to COVID. So markets clearly shrugging off all of that as of now. We've been talking about as to how India is actually trading at a discount as opposed to other emerging markets. That also makes the proposition for Indian equities a little bit more attractive. Today's day was not just about benchmarks. You also had a very solid market breadth, well in favor of the advances from the word go. So besides TVS Motor and Bajaj Finance and AU Small Finance Bank and Indusind Bank, Shriram Transport Finance, for some of the other names which actually were holding out. On the flip side, some ebbing off for a Navin Fluorine, for a Trent, for a Biocon, which was also a laggard to the tune of about 2.6%. PI Industries were some of the other laggards in trade. There was much talk and excitement amongst market participants today about Zomato finally filing its DRHP.